Okay. Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah. Koholoyum La Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai Ba'ashim Dash. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akhwah that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Yahweh Nawach. It's coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit and shameful spewing, man. That's shameful spewing. So I ended up Googling how many people have resigned, so to speak, when it comes to the Jeffrey Epstein files. And look at the faces, man. It says, see who, this is New York Times. And actually, this was an updated article from today, not long ago. See who has faced fallout from the Epstein files. Here's who resigned and is being investigated or is experiencing other consequences. So look at the people. You got foreign politics, right? You got 10 people. And they're appearing to be all Edomites, except for this one guy down here in the corner of academia. But on business, 7 people. Academia, 7 people. U.S. politics, you have 2 people. In law, you have 2 people. But again, and this is not a skin color thing, because any of these people could be an Elamite, a Moabite, an Ammonite, an Israelite, because the seed line goes to your father. As a matter of fact, let me just grab that real quick, just for the sake, for new listeners that may be listening to these particular lessons. Yeah, there's no such thing as mixed and all this other stuff, this biracial, multiracial, you're 10% this, 90% that, 80% this, 20% that. Nah, lineage doesn't go like that. Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families. And your pedigree is your family ancestry, your family line. Pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names from 20 years old and upward by their polls. So this is how your matter of fact, if you jump up here to the top too, verse 2 is beautiful as far as giving it up. Now this is when they was coming out of Egypt, and they was putting together the warriors, basically, like the army for the Israelites. So Numbers chapter 1, verse 2, it says, take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls. So you can clearly see from, and then it goes on to name off the tribes, the men. So it's clear that your lineage goes through your father. And that's exactly who you are. It doesn't make no difference who you come out looking like. Women have nothing to do with ethnicity, man. But you will have, see, a lot of these people that's in these hookups right here, all these people that you see, I'm willing to bet you probably 80 to 90% of these people are J double O's, man. If you know what I mean, the ooish, and they believe that your lineage goes to your mother, and that's not true. That's another lesson though. But look at the people though. Again, what you hearing about some other names popping up though. As far as so-called black people. I've heard Jay-Z name. I've heard Beyonce. I think I heard Chris Tucker. Who the fuck? You're hearing about a couple of other so-called black people's names, but the people that's really at the top of this shit and running this type of shit is these Edomites. Now, how I got to this particular one right here is trying to think, what's this guy name? I think I might have came out of it. Damn, he's in here somewhere. He's the CEO of the WEF, the World Economic Forum. Now, mind you, he ain't even been there that long, because they had Klaus Schwab, I think was his name before. So he got ousted, right? And ain't no telling, man, what these people done in the backdrop. But let's read some of this. It says the Justice Department latest release of files related to the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has set off global repercussions across politics, finance, entertainment, and academia. While some links to Mr. Epstein were previously known, new names and details from the roughly 3 million pages of documents continue to emerge. Now, mind you, it's supposedly 3 million more pages. And on Fox News right now, in the backdrop I've been watching, um, they've been talking about Trump, supposedly with this minor, and Trump and Epstein dealing with this minor young lady or whatever, and how all of a sudden those pages are gone. Those pages are missing. So they've been having these press conferences on the so-called Republican and Democrat side. We want transparency. This. But the thing of it is how Trump's name has popped up once again. Now it's in a state of, okay, no, there's statements from this survivor that you were the one. You and they have gotten rid of those five. They want these they want them pages now. They're like, and matter of fact, what they were saying was, because see, you got Prince Andrew right here, the third person at the top on this list right here, Prince Andrew. They was like, well, how is it that in Great Britain or wherever, you know what I'm saying, in the UK, that they're handling business as far as like bringing these people to so-called, because they ain't really doing nothing to them. It's not like they're gonna get no real time or no real. You ain't gonna see much come of it. I don't think. Who knows? Maybe some of the other countries, but they basically like, here you go. These acts happen on the shores of the U.S. and no one is being prosecuted or no one is being investigated or any of this stuff, right? The major, you got the DOJ, Pam Bondi. This bitch is literally in there. She was standing in there. Look, all you had to do is look at the State of the Union, the night before last, and you had that whole group of Edomites standing up, clapping their asses off, like seals at SeaWorld for Donald Trump, and you can just see the demonic demons on them people, man. Bunch of damn Edomites. Look at all these people with these stupid ass smiles. And see, these are the people too that go under the radar. These are your people. Again, you can see the positions they have. You think that if you saw this person, he was in a Starbucks, or you saw him out in public somewhere, he got that stupid doopy ass smile, and you don't know this man is behind the scenes eating babies and shit. So, but the Lord is exposing these people. Let me get this scripture real quick. They're being exposed, bro, and it's beautiful. And it's what we've been saying, man. Continue on praying for the downfall of Esau's kingdom, because guess what? Those prayers are going forth, because we're in the fourth quarter of this thing, man. We down to the fucking minutes, man. Really, the seconds of this thing. Habakkuk chapter 2. Let me start at verse 15. It says, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunkest also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness. And that's spiritual, but this could be physical. I mean, carnally or physical with Esau. You know, thou art filled. This is the point. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Right. So they're saying for glory, man. All this. Oh, we're the smartest people in the world. Without us, the world wouldn't move. You need us, our intellect, and all this other little shit like that. But in the meanwhile, these people in the backdrop dealing with kids and shit in the worst way too. People coming up missing. This dude Jeffrey Epstein, man, they said that he ordered the day of them FBI running down on him. I think a shipment, if I'm not mistaken, how it was worded, a shipment of 300, I don't know, 300 barrels of sulfuric acid. They use acid to boil away people, man. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that in movies. They throw a motherfucker in a tub and pour that acid over his ass turn into water, man. And he goes down the drain. Bones and all. Everything. Hair, the whole nine, man. No trace, man. Do a little cleanup and they out. But it wasn't a long article, man. Now this is the person right here. Well, it was this the person. This is how I got to the article pretty much. This Borgi Brende resigned from position. Now this is the guy from the World Economic Forum, the new CEO, which the World Economic Forum. These are unelected people that are making rules and regulations for the public, the general global population, just these few people. Okay, so it says Mr. Brendy, a former foreign minister of Norway, resigned February 26th as president and chief executive of World Economic Forum because he was just over there in Davos. They just had the last meeting in Davos maybe about a month ago. The forum is the organizer of the annual summit in Davos, Switzerland. Mr. Brendy's resignation came after the latest batch of files related to Mr. Epstein revealed that Mr. Brendy had stayed in contact with the disgraced American financier long after he had been convicted of soliciting a minor for prostitution. Right? So, it's the basics really when it straight comes, because they're not actually saying, okay, well, he actually committed a crime, but it is shameful that you would be still dealing with this man knowing full well of what he had done or whatever. And he has the right to say, well, hey, he's my friend. He needs me. He needs someone. you know, and but because of these positions, he ain't gonna. These people. I mean, it's not like they gonna go and handle work from behind the scenes. That's all. They gonna handle their new world order from behind the scenes. It's not like he's just gonna be out here and he's retired. He's walking, his mansion in some flip flops and shit, growing a beard. Okay, so you have Peter Mandelson arrested and released on bail under investigation, lost ambassadorship, resigned from position. So who was he? British police arrested Mr. Mandelson, a former British ambassador to the United States. See, amid allegations that he passed confidential government information to Mr. Epstein. So now you got to realize that portion of it too, because they basically like Epstein working for the UISH, the Mossad or whatever. So you know when it straight comes down to it, this is what Esau does, man. He gets you. I even seen a damn picture of what's this that retarded motherfucker. I'm not gonna say that. I just guess that's not a good word to say. So Salak, as far as the algo, the rhythms in this bad boy. But what's his name? The scientist or the guy that's all twisted up in the damn wheelchair that passed away. He was there with two chicks, on the island with two chicks on each side, with one chick holding a cocktail for him and shit because his ass can't hold nothing. I think his last name is Hawk. I can't think. What's the first name of this guy? He died though. He passed away. But he twisted all up in that damn wheelchair. He can't even grab buns, man. He can't even grab ass cheeks. But he was even there at the damn island, man. Okay, so here you go. You got Andrew, Prince Andrew. Well, they ain't even calling him Prince Andrew no more. They just gave it, you're calling him by his regular fucking name. So who the hell are the Mountbattens? Andrew Mountbatten, Windsor. Crazy work. Arrested and released under investigation. Lost royal title. Thorbjorn Jagland. See, a lot of these people you never heard of, you're not going to hear of anymore. Criminally charged. What did he get charged for? Gross corruption in connection. Uh, okay, so he was giving gifts, travels, and okay, loans and all this other little shit. Here go another one. Mona Jewel, under investigation, resigned after being suspended. Norway's ministry. Okay, so there's another person from Norway. Oh, she's the ambassador to Jordan, Iraq. Disclosures of financial dealings between her and her husband and Epstein. She and her husband are facing corruption investigations. Okay, you got this guy Tarji Ryan Larson. Oh, okay, so he's the husband of this woman. Hold on. Yeah. They husband and wife. These two right here. They got different last names. I don't know why. All right, but anyway. They got left $10 million in Mr. Epstein's will. Damn. All right. You got Jack Lang resigned from position under investigation. Francis culture minister. Yeah, you know these all freaks, man. He resigned from the head of the Arab World Institute, a prestigious cultural institution in Paris. Morgan McSweeney. All right, okay. Yeah, he was the former chief of staff to Prime Minister Keir Starmer over in Britain. He was the one that was talking about how you're not gonna be able to work unless you get that digital ID, which I don't know what came of that. But he was ambassador to the United States. Okay. So yeah, man, some big names in here. Oh, here we go. Joanna Rubinstein. You already know. Small tops. She resigned as chair of Sweden for UN High Commission for Refugees. Oh yeah. Anytime, boy. You got refugees and shit like that. You already know, man. Ain't no telling how many people came up missing under her watch. Miroslav Lajkat, security advisor to Slovakia's prime minister. Robert Fico stepped down. Oh, yeah, boy, I tell you, boy. We ain't got to go through all of it. Bob Kerrey, U.S. Senator from Nebraska. You can look at him and tell he just... Because, Esau don't have no game like that. Esau don't have a game to walk up and say, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such, such and such. However you may spit it. Find you attractive. I'd like to take you out on a date. Let's get to know each other. We can do whatever, whatever. I make a mean chicken parmesan. We can get a nice bottle of wine. We can watch, however you want to do it. They ain't got no game, man. Esau don't have no game to be running up on chicks and stuff like that. So it's right down their alley to be in these positions, man. See, because he got a plea. He got Hold on, no, okay, so he's a U.S. senator from Nebraska. He resigned as chairman of the board of Clean Energy Company after a document showed that he corresponded and met with Mr. Epstein following Mr. Epstein's 2008 plea deal for soliciting a minor for prostitution. Then you got Dr. Peter Attia. Let me see what kind of doctor he was. Because there's a difference from a doctor and a physician. Oh, he was a longevity influencer. Resigned from the position as a contributor to CBS News. Uh, hmm. Okay, he spelled, yeah, okay. Sharing medical advice and exchanging cruel emails about women. Ooh, okay. Right. Thomas J. Pretzker, a billionaire heir to the Hyatt Hotel's fortune. Oh, you already know they got rooms. Whew. Probably got some basement rooms, some upper rooms. He stepped down from his role. Um, yep, he was regularly in contact. Casey Wasserman. Damn, the chairman of the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. Oh man, you already know, boy. Mm, yeah, buddy. Sultan Ahmad bin Sulayman. He probably about one of the only ones that's on here that's not a Needhamite, but he might be one too. But anyway, you see it. James E. Staley, Leon Black. You can just see the kind of positions that they held and the money that they was really into. Larry Summers. Look at this dude, Richard Axel, neuroscience. Because again, like I said, man, Esau ain't got no game, and Esau is just naturally he's just a damn freak, bro, and a damn degenerate, man. The Lord created him to be that way. David A. Ross. You can just boy just you can just look at these motherfuckers and tell it's just a horror movie. Hit your damn mind when you just see their faces, man. Anyway though, but you see what it is, man. Got the U.S. politics, R. Alexander Acosta, George J. Mitchell. Boy, I tell you. Anyway though, Catherine Remiller. So it's a couple of chicks in here. Not too many chicks, but it's a couple of chicks. Some of these Edomite chicks, man, they sadistic as hell. Anyway though, but you see what it is, man. I didn't want to keep the lesson long, but it's not looking good. And as long as these files keep coming out, now some of this stuff is distractions too. So because we're not, again, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You got to be aware. Walk circumspectly. Let me grab that real quick. Walk circumspectly, man. Esau, he throws around stories like this right here to keep the people intrigued. In the meanwhile, he's pulling some bullshit in the backdrop. So we see it. They're being exposed, but this type of exposure is just the small shit. Ain't no telling what kind of shit they was really really doing, because they saying that Jeffrey Epstein, now they finding out that he got a bunch of storages in different states and stuff where he held, where supposedly he got, you know stacks and stacks and stacks of more shit. Man, they don't tell them what these people doing on video. They probably was sleeping with animals. They probably really sitting there at a table, you know what I'm saying, just really just cutting into a baby, man, just eating a damn heart, you know what I'm saying, and sipping back some blood, and just ripping off the baby's head and biting off their cheek and shit, just sitting there just looking monstrous, man. Just, ain't sadistic. Ain't no telling, bro. I wouldn't put nothing past these people. Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Yeah, man. See that you walk circumspectly. I was just watching Apostle Juan Rakah. He always going to prayer. We stress it. I stress it because I've always heard him stress it, I think, but, a prayer is very important. Apostle Gabar was talking about that yesterday, with all the shit that's going on in this world. Why would you leave your house before praying? Because people coming up missing all the time. All the time. People are coming up missing, man. There's nothing for, I mean, man, no telling how many people came up missing today. People, kids, women, little boys, hey, motherfuckers be coming up missing daily. You don't hear about it like that. And then come to find out, now I'm not sure how true this is, but you know what? Let me fact check. Let me see if I can get a little fact check. Uh, what's her name? So the Maxwell lady, just Justine Maxwell. Let me see. How you spell her name? Damn, I'm trying to think. Oh, Justine Maxwell. Okay, so let me do this. All right, so this is this. They are, and they talking like she's got a damn double, but she's the only one that's the main. She's the only one in fucking jail. But anyway, I just want to put in, does her sisters? Now I've heard that her sisters, two of her sisters, supposedly own or have something to do with the Amber Alert. I'm just gonna put in, does her sister have anything to do with the Amber Alert? That's the shit for the missing children. All these fucking people coming up missing, and let me see. I ain't even had to finish it. Maybe it's true. Okay, so it says no. The claim that just her Maxwell sisters own control of the Amber Alert system is false and has been widely debunked. Well, maybe hey, who knows? They say it's a public-private partnership managed by the law enforcement. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. No, somebody came up with the tech though. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe that's what it was. But it's saying they don't have no links to it. But hey, I tell you what, that would be. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't fucking doubt it, man. They could have. They could have. They something to the extent of them having. I don't know. I guess like some technical expertise. I'm thinking they into, I don't know, computers or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I heard that, and I wouldn't doubt that, man. Now it may not be true, but I wouldn't doubt it. And then at the same time too, let's just say, it says the Amber Alert system is a public-private partnership managed by law enforcement. Law enforcement ain't no damn good here. There's plenty of people that come up fucking missing just from that shit. You know what I mean? You know how many people the police done knocked off and deleted? Mainly with so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. It's nothing for them. Oh, yeah, shit, that ain't nothing good. That's even worse. It says alerts are distributed through government channels, including FEMA's Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, with assistance from the National Centers for Missing and Exploited Children. See that? So you just expertise in finding missing children. Now the only time that you really see that is when some when it comes to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it's generally the father or the mother, or it's actually the father or the mother of the child that's took the kid from the other parent, and they done got on the road and they driving. You know what I'm saying? That's generally how it is with our people. But when it comes to Esau's people, you know, you'll see an Amber Alert, man. They'll throw up $100,000, 200,000. They have these big ass rewards to get back the little, the little blonde haired, blue eyed, so called white girl. It's generally you don't really see no little boys being taken like that. As far as so called, it's generally that little blonde haired, blue eyed white girl that you see. Oh, we have to get her back. We have to find her. Said somebody supposedly done kidnapped. Let's just keep hearing this damn lady name. Gertrude, whatever the fuck the newscaster lady, she flashing across the damn news all damn day long. She's supposedly 84 years old, and they supposedly, put out this $1 million. We'll give you $1 million. Just let us know where she's at. And so supposedly she's still missing. So I don't see what nobody doing with no 84-year-old. And really, if the ransom was really out there like that, they done took the shit by now. But anyway, who knows with this stuff? But hey, Esau's kingdom is a dangerous place to live. That's why we always say, we can't stress it enough. Scripture says to pray without ceasing. Pray without ceasing. And right now, it's getting about evening. Lately, I just been praying, starting the new day as soon as the sun go down, because that's a new day. From evening to evening is how the days go in the scriptures. So as of late, I just been as soon as the sun hit, and it's a new day, I just go ahead and say the Lord's Prayer and whatever other prayers that I say, you know what I'm saying, with it. Some Hebrew prayers, I just go ahead and pray, and just get the day going like that. But anyway, man, I'm gonna end out there. These people right here are complete goddamn freaks. And really in reality, ain't no telling what's really in these files. Cause they're not gonna tell you, man. It's like the shit that they are hiding, the shit that Trump and them been going so hard about hiding, man, you ain't about to see none of that shit. If anything, a bunch of people gonna come up fucking delete it, trying to push it out there if they don't stop. Who knows? They may throw one or two more prominent people under the bus to kind of throw off the trail. They generally do shit like that. They will throw a motherfucker under the bus. But yeah, so yep, right now Fox News, Hillary Clinton, I answered every question. She ain't answer no damn questions. Because I don't know why you questioning that bitch. Why you ain't questioning Bill? Bill was there. So you're going to see a lot of this ongoing shit, man. It's just, really throwing people, because, look for the stuff in the backdrop, though. Don't just pay attention to this stupid shit. Because Esau been that sadistic man. And I always say, too, if he's doing stuff like that to white women in America, imagine what he was doing to so-called black women during slavery. And imagine what they're doing to the women right now in these camps. These so-called immigrants, man, because you're not hearing about them. You ain't hearing about none of these people. You don't hear about where they are. They lawyers can't get in touch with them. The family members ain't heard from them. Don't tell them what they doing to these people, man. So I'm gonna end out there. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and a bubble ball.